welcome to my channel. Now, first here I have starts the summary of Tamil Nadu class 11th history for you all. So, now before moving forward, I would like to give you few information. Like first thing is that I'm using my handwritten notes because I feel comfortable in that, and if any of you facing any handwriting issue, then please ask me in the comment box below. Although I have tried my best to write very clearly so that you can read very easily each and everything. And second thing is that there are many facts in this particular book which is different from NCRT or any other sources. So please don't argue with me on the same issue. And important thing is that I confine myself to this particular book only because I want to give you a summary of Tamil Nadu class 11th history book only. That's why I'm using the same thing which this particular book have, and I request you so please cooperate with me for the same reason. And the last thing is that this series of Tamil Nadu class 11th history book is only to make your doubts clear or any basic clears so that I help you in your preparation. And if you are a new aspirant, as well as either if you are read this particular book or if you are an old aspirant, then you can consider this particular series for your revision purpose because there is no substitution of self study, as it's you who have to face this particular exam. So here I am just for your guidance as well as for your help. But in this path of preparation, you have to walk alone. That's why I came here for your help as well as for your guidance. Now, let's start this particular series. Here you can see the index of this particular book where chapter 1 to chapter 14 deals with the ancient part of the history, in which chapter 1 is India and its geographical feature and their impact on Indian history. And the chapter 2 deals with the prehistoric India as well as the Harappan culture. The third chapter is about the Vedic culture, and the fourth chapter is about the rise of Jainism as well as Buddhism and how they oppose the orthodox nature of the caste system as well as Hinduism. Now, chapter 5th deals with the rise of Magad as well as the invasion of Alexander, and the chapter 6 and 7th is about the Maurya Empire as well as the post-Mauryan India. And the chapter 8 is very important because it's deal with the Sangam age and how the society of that particular period is and what are the economic condition of that period is. The chapter is deals about the same thing. Now, the chapter 9 is about the Gupta Empire, whereas the chapter 10 is about the Harshvardhana, and the chapter 11 and 12 is divided the South India Kingdom into two parts, that is South Indian Kingdom first part and the South Indian Kingdom second part. Now, chapter 13 is about the Imperial Cholas, whereas chapter 14, that is the last chapter of ancient part of Indian history, is about the spread of Indian culture in other Asian countries. Sorry, it's SPREAD. It's spread. Okay. Now let's move further. The next thing is that chapter 15 to chapter 23 deals with the medieval part of the history, that is after the ancient parts. 15th chapter deals with the early medieval India, whereas chapter 16 and 17 deal with the Delhi Sultanate. That is Delhi Sultanate, whereas the chapter 17 is about the India under the same Sultanate. Now, chapter 18 is about the Bhakti movement in medieval India, and the chapter 19 is about the Vijayanagar and Bahami kingdoms, and the 20th chapter is about the Mughal empires, whereas the 21st chapter is about India under the Mughals and what are the benefits of Mughals in Indian art and culture and what are their roles in the society as well as in the art and culture. This chapter deals with the same. Now, the 22nd chapter is about the Marathas, whereas the last chapter, that is the 23rd chapter, is about the coming of the Europeans. Now, here one thing also want to inform you is that now here you can see a separate column where I have write revision, and below it I have make three check boxes after each and every chapter. So this is for your convenience, because many a times many aspirants asked me that how many times did they have to revise each and every sources or any topic or any other thing. So the answer is at least three times you have to revise this particular book, that is class 11th history book. Maximum it depends upon your capacity, although it's to depend upon the aspirant's strategy also, as well as before prelims you have to at least revise this particular book three times, and it's again depend upon your strategy. So kindly make this particular column, or you can also say this particular index in your copy or notes where you are make already a notes if you are an old aspirant. So it can give you a motivation kind of thing whenever you got stuck in anything, or whenever you got self doubt in yourself, or either in your preparation or in yourself. Now let's move further. So today I'm going to cover the chapter first of this particular book, that is India geographical feature and their impact on history. Now here is the content of the chapter 1, whereas there are total five topics. First one is about the introduction. It's deal with the geographical features of the region or country and how it's impact the history of our country. And the second topic is about the Himalayan mountains, as well as how they save us from invasion as well as from other natural calamities. Now, topic third is about the Indo-Gangetic Plain, whereas topic 4 is about the Southern Peninsula, and the last topic is about India, a land of unity in diversity. Now, as we all know that India is a diverse country in the world, still it is considered as the one of the united country of the world. So the topics also deals with the same thing and gives us the reason why India is still considered as a land of unity in diversity. So let's move further. The first topic, that is the introductions, deals with the journal thing, that is it will tell us that history of any region can be known from two facts or two eyes. First thing is about from its chronology, and the second thing is about from its geography. Now, the first thing, that is the chronology, means series of any event. Suppose anything happens in a series or in an event, then this particular term is used for the same, for defining the same thing, that is chronology, sorry. And another important thing is that India's geography, that is our country history is too influenced by its geography. How we can say these thing? Because of the following factors. Because the geographical features of the countries make the history of its own. Like the first feature is Himalayan mountains, the second feature is Indo-Gangetic plains, and the last feature, that is the third feature, is the Southern Peninsula. These geographical features creates the history of our country. Now, the subcontinent of India is as follows, that is many a times students get confused that Indian, whenever they see this term Indian subcontinent, they consider India as a whole. But the fact is that whenever you see this term, that is Indian subcontinent, you have to consider these five countries, that is India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal, and Bhutan. These five countries will make Indian subcontinent. Okay, now let's move further. Okay, just wait. Yeah, the next topic, that is the second topic, is about the Himalayan mountains. As we all know that in the north of the country, Himalaya is present, but it's not exactly starts from the north of our country. It's a start from the northwest of the India, that is from the Pamir, and it's moved further to the northeast ranges. And whenever we see a physical map of the country, we see the shape of we can see the shape of the Himalayas like this. So in journal terms, it is considered as in the shape of a sword, which is means talwar in Hindi. And it also protects us from many things, like from any natural calamities or from any invasions. Now, but before moving further, let me tell you the length of this particular Himalayas or these mountains. Approximate 2560 kilometers they are in length, and on an average their breadth varies from 240 to 320 kilometers. And the highest peak of this mountain ranges is Mount Everest, whose height is 8869 meters. Now, the main features of Mount Everest is that it is considered as a natural wall. Why? Because it protects us from the extreme cold winds of Siberia, which blows from the Siberia. That's why India is considered as tropical country, not as a temperate country. I mean temperate monsoon country, because the reason is the same. The Himalaya protect us from the extreme climate, or I can or we can also say this, that from the Siberian cold winds, so that we can I'm so sorry. I mean, it protects us from the extreme cold winds of Siberia, and it is also considered as a natural barrier of southwest monsoon, and that's why India is considered as a India have tropical climate instead of temperate one. Now, the another important thing is that it is also considered as a natural barrier. Why? Why it is considered as a natural barrier? Because it protects us from the invaders. Now, now another important thing about this mountain is that it has many passes, and these passes are used by many invaders, as well as not by invaders, mostly by the traders, because these mountain one second, yeah, these mountains are very useful, or sorry, not mountains, these passes are very useful for easy routes as well as for trades. Now let's move further. The next thing is that in the previous slide I have talked about the passes. These are the following passes which is present in the India and Central Asia. The first one is Khyber, the second one is Bolan, and the next one is Khurram and Gomal passes. These passes present between India and Central Asia. Now these mountains, I'm so sorry, these passes situated in the Hindu Kush, Suleiman and Kirtar ranges. Now, I request you please mark these ranges of the mountains in the map, because for your convenience, so that it would be easy for you to understand these passes location. Now, these passes are used by the immigrants as well as by the invaders. Now, immigrants use them for the for the trades purpose, while the invader use these passes for the in for invading the region. Now, who are these invaders? The first one is the Indo-Aryans, the second is Indo-Greeks, the third are Parthihans, fourth are Sakas, then Kushanas, Turks and the Huns. Now, these passes are also used by Alexander, and the route he used is the Swat valleys. Now, these passes are not only used by the invaders as well as immigrants too, and in the north of the Kashmir we can find Karakoram ranges, and In these ranges, Mount Godwin Austen is present, which is considered as the second highest peak of the world. Please mark it important that Austen present in the Karakoram ranges, which is north of the Kashmir, and to the northeast extent, which I have earlier told you that Mount Himalayas extend to the northeast region also. In Assam, few mountains are also present, like Patkai, Nagai, Lushai ranges. These ranges are very famous because they receive heavy rains, and because of these heavy rains they have thick forest, so these regions are remain inhospitable because as we can it's general knowledge that if any region receive heavy rains and have a thick forest, then only a few peoples or anyone go inside that particular forest or region. Now the next slide talk about our third topic, that is Indo-Gangetic plains. In this particular plain, three important rivers flow. The first is Ganges, second is the Indus, and the last one is the Brahmaputra. This plain, that is, this particular region, considered as one of the world's most fertile as well as productive region, and the reason for the same is that all the alluvial soils brought by these three rivers as well as by their tributaries make it most fertile as well as productive region of the world. Now the next river is very important because it's one second, yeah, okay, yeah, it's about Indus. This river is considered as very important rivers, and it's known for its fertile soil, and it's originate beyond the Himalayas. Now here I want to ask you one thing, that if any one of you know the exact origin of this particular river, that is Indus river, then please write it below in the comment section. And those of you who don't know the origin of the river, then please I request you to please search it on the Googles or any source, from any source, because it's also important from our exam purpose also. So that's why I intentionally ask you this particular questions. Now let's move further. The another important thing is thing of Indus is about its tributary. It is very important to know the tributary of every river, especially Indian rivers. That's why I included this also. Indus rivers has the following tributaries like Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Satluj and Bias. And these river system make one particular region very benefited as compared to others, and the region is Punjab. That's why the meaning of Punjab itself is the land of five river. Why? Because Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Satluj, Byas is drain this particular, that is particular region, that is Punjab, the most as compared to other regions. Now, in the lower valley of the Indus, we can easily find Sindh. Now, let's move further. The another important thing about the geographical feature of our country is that between Indus and Gangetic plains, two important thing is present, that is two geographical feature also present of our country. The first one is the Thar desert and the second one is Aravalli hills. In the physical map of the country, you can easily find the one second, yeah, from here you can easily find the river Indus, and this is a region of Gangetic plains, and between these regions here we can easily find Thar desert and the Aravalli hills. So the one second, yeah, so the highest point of this particular hills are Mount Abu, which is present in the Siroi district of Rajasthan, and its height is approximately 5650 feet. Now, the another important thing about the Ganga river is that it rises in the Himalayas, and after rising from the Himalayas it moved further towards the south, then suddenly it bent towards the east. So it also make a shape of a sword. Whenever you see a map of a Indian drainage system or in India's physical features, you can see the shape of a Ganga flow or drainage systems like this. So we can also consider it as in the shape of a sword. Now, the few tributary of Gangas are as follows. First is Gomti, second is Saryu, and third is Ghaggar, and the fourth one is Gandak. The Yamuna rivers is also very important because it flow almost parallel to the Ganga and then join it. It means that Yamuna starts flowing parallel to the Ganga and then start it merge with the Ganga in Prayagraj, which is the former name, which is formerly known as Allahabad. So the Ganga rivers merge with the Yamuna rivers merge with the Ganga in the Prayagraj. Now, here is the definition of Dwab. So please mark it important also, because many times the students who are new especially don't know the meaning of Dwab. So any area between these two rivers or between any two rivers is known as Dwab. This means that the region which is present between these two rivers, that is here, is considered as Dwab. Okay, or we can also consider as the area present between the Tungabhadra river or the Krishna river is considered as the Krishna and Tungabhadra Dwab. Okay, now let's move further. One second, yeah, let's move further. Yeah, now in the east of India, the Ganga plains merge with the Brahmaputra plains. So here is the Ganga and it start one second. Yeah, here is the Ganga and it starts moving towards the south and then suddenly bend towards the east. And in this particular in this region, that is in the east of India, it's merged with the Brahmaputra rivers plains, which originated in the Tibet. Now, few facts about the Brahmaputra rivers is that first I have already told you that it rises beyond the Himalayas, that is Tibet in Tibet regions, and it flows across the Tibet. Here too I want to ask you one thing, that if any one of you know the Tibetan name of Brahmaputra, or what Brahmaputra river is known in Tibet, kindly write it down below in the comment section. And those of you who don't know, then please find it for your knowledge sake also. Now let's move further. Yeah, it is considered as very vast, however, very slow moving river. Here it is again important to note that it is a very vast but very slow moving river, and it also forms several islands. And one of the best example of this river's formation of islands is Manjuli Islands, which is present in the Assam. Now, Indo-Gangetic Plains also forms very various urban centers which present either on the river banks, as well as or at their confluence. The example for the same is Harappa cultures as well as Vedic cultures, um, which is present in West Gangetic Plains. Now, the important cities present in this region, that is in Indo-Gangetic Plain, is Banaras, Allahabad, which is Prayagraj now, Agra, Delhi, and Patliputra. About Patliputra is very important to know because it's present in the confluence of Son and Ganges, and it is a capital. It is the capital of Mauryas, Sungas, Guptas, as well as other kingdoms also. Now, so it is important to know about the Patliputra, and another important city is Delhi. Now, it is the most decisive battles. It is considered as the most decisive battles in the Indian history, like Kurukshetra, Tarain, and Panipat. The reason for the battle, that is for all these battles, is for fertility as well as for the wealth, because The reason for this fertility and the wealth is that the region, that is the city Delhi, present in the Ganga Yamuna Doab. And the definition of Dwab I have already told you in the previous slide. Now, that's all for today's guys. Thank you so much. I hope I have explained you very clearly. If you still have any problem, then please ask me below in the comment section. I will answer you. And please do subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you can get a regular update whenever I added any lessons or any update or information. You can also share these lessons with your friends or any aspirants who are preparing for this exams, and don't forget to like these lessons if they are really helping you. Thank you so much guys. See you in the next lesson. Take care. Bye bye.